Hi, my name is James Nielsen. This is for FTT104, and today's date is July 5th, 2024. And in today's video, I will be detail stripping my PSA dagger. The tools I'll be using to detail strip the dagger are these assorted dental picks, a small flat blade screwdriver, and my 23-piece roll pin punch set, which does include a magnetic bench block. Now, I also want to mention that there is no live ammunition present in my workspace or in my work area. Now, the first thing we're going to do before we work on this firearm is verify that it is clear and safe. To do so, we will be pointed in a safe direction and we will go ahead and remove our magazine. With no live ammunition present in our magazine, we'll go ahead and set that aside. Now we can go ahead and lock the slide to the rear. Now we can go ahead and visually and physically inspect to make sure there is no live ammunition present in the chamber or in the magazine well, which there is not. This firearm is clear and safe. Now, to begin the detail strip procedure, we are first going to have to field strip it. So to do that, I will go ahead and remove our barrel thread protector, take the O-ring off, and now we can go ahead and field strip it by pulling the trigger. Obviously, we're pointing in a safe direction still. And then we can go ahead and remove our slide. Take out the recoil spring assembly, our barrel, there we have our slide. Okay, so now that we have completed our field strip, we can go ahead and begin to detail strip our frame. So that we can go ahead and grab our bench block and our 1/8 inch roll pin punch, which fits perfectly in for our front grip pin and our rear grip pin. So let's go ahead and pound out our front grip pin. All right, go ahead and set that over here in our magnetic parts tray. We can then go ahead and use our 3/32 standard punch to take out the trigger pin. Alright, well, we finally got our trigger pin out, and now we can go ahead and remove our third pin, which is another roll pin, and we'll be using our 1/8 inch roll pin punch. I did grab this hammer. It is a little bit nicer to hold on to than this little guy. There we go. Rear grip pin out. Now we can go ahead and pull out our trigger assembly. Now, I could take the trigger bar off of here, but I'm just going to be putting this right back together, so it's not really necessary at the moment. And it's a brand new gun. Might as well just leave it. And then we can go ahead and pull this up out of here. If this was a Glock, this would be part of the frame, but on the PSAs, it comes out. We also have our takedown lever. I like to use a pick to press down on the spring, and then you can just press this thing right out the side. Just like that. And then that spring in here, you want to make sure you don't lose that. So go ahead and grab that up out of there. It's a little tiny guy. Don't want to lose that. Lastly, on the frame, we have our magazine release. That's where our little flat blade comes in. So all you gotta do is get in there with the screwdriver, you get underneath it, pop it up away from the magazine release, and that should come right out. Now, to get the magazine catch spring out, you'll take a small pick, reach down in there and grab underneath the spring, and I kind of just pull up on it, and that will pull out the magazine catch spring. Now the frame is completely detail stripped. All right, now for the slide, we need to get off this back plate. To do so, I like to take the little flat blade screwdriver, and I'm just gonna press down on right underneath our striker here, and that's gonna take off the pressure, allowing us to get the back plate off. Back plate's off, which allows us to pull out our firing pin. And then we can take out our plunger for it. Once that's out, press down on the safety plunger here. It'll drop out the extractor. And then if you flip it upside down, that plunger and spring will also fall out. That is essentially a detail strip slide. I'm not going to go ahead and drift the sights out or undo this. It's a brand new gun. I'm not going to mess with that. Hasn't even been shot yet. Right there, we have our detail stripped PSA dagger. To put it back together, we're just going to reverse the order. So there's our slide back together. Okay, so now after we have installed the magazine catch spring and magazine catch, we can go ahead and put our takedown lever back in. What you're going to want to do is take the spring, place it into its little home, and then just like I did before, I'm going to use the pick to press down on it, and at the same time I will slide in the takedown lever. And you always want to make sure that this little notch is facing the operator. Go ahead and slide it in. Pretty simple. And then we can go ahead and drop in trigger assembly. All right, that was a little bit tricky, but we got her back in. Now we go ahead and place our slide back on to the frame. And we'll go ahead and perform a functions check. Pointing in a safe direction, we'll go ahead and pull our trigger. Fires. Listen for that reset. Resets. We'll try it again. Fires. Reset. All right, and then we'll go ahead and also test the trigger safety. If I press on just this portion of the trigger, it does not fire. Fires. Resets. Firearm is working as it should, and that is a completely reassembled PSA dagger. All right, that is all I have for you guys today. Thanks for watching.